I heard they're making a movie called 28 Years Later.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Wow.
Maybe it's worth watching all those days again. 28 days, 28 weeks.
21 weeks? Yeah.
Oh, it was
21.
days. The first one wasn't 28 hours.
20. I don't
That's
know.
the
I don't
prequel.
remember.
That's the prequel.
I want to see a movie starring Big Nasty B, and it's going to be called 28 Tommy Burgers Later.
Yeah. That would be a rough. What is it called? What is the organization that rates movies? Gives them ratings?
Rotten Tomato.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about like the rated R, rated X, rated NC-17.
Yeah, it's just
not rated.
The ratings. The ratings.
Yeah. No,
I'm sure they have a name, but I don't know it.
Yeah, who cares? Anyways.
Steve? Is Steve one of the people that does it?
I think so.
Bobby?
Or maybe, yeah, Steve or Bob.
Fernando?
Yeah.
Would you make it through 28 Tommy's burgers?
It depends on how what the time frame is, right?
No, one a day.
No, it's just like...
Oh, it's 28 in a row?
Yeah.
No.
You can have one for breakfast, one for lunch, one for dinner. One for breakfast, one for lunch, one for dinner.
Can I have two for breakfast, two for lunch, and two for dinner? Because one's probably not going to do it for me.
You get through the 28 half the time Blake would.
Dude, honestly...
Be 14 days. Yeah. No. Be 7 days. I can do that in a week. Okay, let's do that. 1 week. Tommy's. Let's get Tommy's to, I might die.
Yeah, no, I was honestly thinking about it.
6 times 7 is like 42, dude.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, 42 burgers.
I just think
math's hard.
I'd be okay. I'm sometimes worried about what I do to my body now, and I'm doing it slowly.
Yeah.
But to just take 28 days of Tommy's chili burgers straight, I feel like you might actually be like potentially killing yourself, like quicker.
What if you did 28 salads after? Nick Shakers.
Oh yeah, I remember those, dude. The salads that
shake
you shake up.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. Probably the end result between the double shake, the salads of 28 days, and the end result of 28 days of chili burgers, probably going to look kind of similar. You know what I'm saying?
It depends on what you put on the salad.
Yeah,
Tommy's. You're going to put Tommy's chili on the salad.
Oh man, that's classic Blake.
Anyways,
classic Blake, dude. Okay, so in this episode, we got a new segment, guys. A brand new segment.
Okay,
and
what's that? Oh my god.
I'm calling it Battlefield Bargain or Hobby Hardships. Okay.
Ooh.
So what I'm gonna do is I made some purchases. Okay. And because I do a lot of buying. You guys know this. I buy a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
If there's
wheeling and dealing.
Yeah. If I think there's a deal to be made, I jump in and I'll spend some money. And sometimes we make mistakes.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't make mistakes. So I'm going to let you guys judge on if I made a mistake or not. You two will be the judge, and I guess the fans can be the judge too.
Yeah, don't worry about them.
We are like Caesar sitting in the arena, and we are going to give either our thumbs up or our thumbs down. And that will be the survival rate of your bargain.
So if I don't do good, people, I'm dead.
Bargain arena.
Well, actually, the Arena Coliseum wasn't actually built until after Caesar's death. And in fact, I don't think Caesar presided over any sort of fights in the city of Rome. Perhaps Pompey, his friend turned enemy, he was known to be a fan of the fighting. And there was a thing called Pompey's Arena, which was kind of a predecessor to the Colosseum, but rather on a much smaller scale.
And whose talking was less boring, mine or Blake's? You be the judge.
And I want to say this.
Well, I think they've made a choice.
I will say this though, Ed. I think you nailed the title. Yeah. Battlefield bargain, hobby hardship. I like that. I like that naming.
Thank you. And then, of course, if we have time, we'll go into Travis's origin story.
Oh yeah, I got it ready.
He's
got it right here, written down in the book of names.
So, but first, before we get in there, we're going to start doing some hobby progress.
Well, purchases are progress, I was told.
Yeah, purchases are progress, but I won't.
It's a 3-prong attack.
It's a 3-prong attack. That's right.
Okay, I'll just get mine out of the way quick. I have been working on these models right here. These are Core Space, like Purge robots. They're the AI.
They're so skinny.
Yeah. Then there's like some like like more combat oriented ones, and then there's some big chonkers. And what I did with them, they're for the board game, the board game miniature game. And what I did with them is I'm using my instant colors from Scale 75. And what I did was this time I think I primed them white, and then I put down a particular shade of brown. Then what I did is then what I did was I then got these really great. These have been fantastic, actually. It's a really good purchase. Where are they? Where the hell? Army Painter dry brushes.
Solid.
These are really cool. I know. I guess the makeup brushes can work, but there's something about these that I kind of liked, and so I would actually dry brush white on top of that original shade. Then I put a different brown on top. Okay. So
you're blowing my mind here, Blake.
Yeah. It's slap, slap, slap. Chop, chop, chop. And I'm pretty happy with the results.
It's slap snot.
It's slap snot. And but the thing is, I'm only dry brushing in like a zenithal manner on top of the first shade of brown. Whatever. Okay, I did it.
On. Let's see. You primed them white?
Yes.
Then you washed them brown.
One like a darker shade of brown.
Yeah, dark shade brown. And then you
kind of like
dry brushed them white again.
Just a little bit.
And then you washed them
like a zenithal almost.
A second time.
Then I did a different brown on top of it.
So slap, chop, slap, chop.
Slap, chop, slap, chop.
Sounds like you're doing twice.
Those Insta colors do definitely work well layering. I think more than any of the other contrast-like paints. There's something about the pigment density. They seem to layer up really well.
It's not the same. It's like they're like made to filter each other and stuff.
Yeah. It's almost like they're designed to do that.
Yeah, I mean, two different browns. Two different browns.
Very light.
So, I mean, I'm kind of happy with it. It was easy, and it took no effort whatsoever. And then I just go back under some of the metal pieces, and I'm going to do a little, going to color like some of their cables and some of the internal guts and stuff with a white. And then I'll just put a little bit of black instant color on them. So they look like they're, They're like a different,
gives it
or
a
whatever.
metallic-ish effect.
Just little spots here and there.
I'm very proud of you, Blake. This is great. What's this game called?
This is called Core Space, but I'm using this for like other shit too.
Oh,
it's the board game that has all the cardboard walls and buildings and stuff.
Okay.
But what I did was I was playing this game Manor Lords, which is like a medieval city builder. But if you play it on its natural setting, it takes forever. Like it'll take forever to build stuff. So I kind of just put it on, built buildings, and then let it play at normal speed. And I kind of just listened to the ambiance and painted.
That's ASMR, dude.
So those models, do they come multi-part kit? Did you have to build them, or they just come?
No, they're single sculpt, pre-painted. No, I'm joking. No, they're mono sculpt. Yeah. No, they're just mono sculpts. They're just yeah.
Nice, dude.
What if they were pre-painted?
You
just made up all of your hobby.
Yeah,
that'd be funny.
No. What if they were pre-painted and I literally primed them white?
Yeah,
just to. That's something I would do. Yeah, that would be something I would do, like reinventing cooking ramen in a slow cooker. That's something I would do.
That blew my mind, dude.
He's always on the cutting edge, dude. Okay.
I figured it out, guys. You did everything right.
I did everything right. But yeah, Travis? That's been my hobby, basically.
Oh, yeah. I had for a while these eBay rescue Necron Scorpec destroyers, 3 of them that were very badly assembled, and like the legs were backward and had a bad paint job on it. So I had to I stripped them, and luckily in stripping them, the glue bond came apart. So I kind of rebuilt them and primed them, and I got them tabletop ready. My Necron scheme paints up pretty quick. It's a lot of dry brushing. And then I spent a little bit of time on the glowing green weapons, and boom, it's done. And I got those ready for a big battle I had at my house recently. It was supposed to be a 2v2, but one of the guys had to drop out. It ended up being a 2v1. On my side, I was playing Necrons, and there was salamanders on my side against the Voltan. It was good times. So I got that ready, and it was a good game. And I have another game planned very soon against Cheyenne that I'm bringing the Footdar, my Phoenix Lord list, first time on the table. I just finished Fuegon this very day. And I'm still working on my Swooping Hawks. A lot of the base colors are down. And I started doing the rainbow patterns on the Exarch and the Phoenix Lord. I don't know if I'm going to get them finished this week, but they should be tabletop worthy.
Wow.
Now, I am disturbed about how few models that 2,000 points is. Unless the Phoenix Lords themselves are really heavy pieces. Are they how many points is a Phoenix Lord?
They're all roughly 100. They're all under 150 points each, 130, 115.
And how do you feel that this army will do, other than be glorious?
I actually think it's going to do quite well. I mean, the centerpiece of the army is an Avatar of Cain, which is just an absolute god on the table. And all of the units being led by Phoenix Lords are going to have a lot of shenanigans that they could do on the table.
Okay. Well, it'll be impressive nonetheless.
How many models would you expect a 2,000 point army to have?
I don't know, just not that for some reason. It was just weird. It took me by surprise.
So,
I just expect 2,000
60 troops.
Yeah.
With 7 characters.
I expected more. I expected 2,000 points to be bigger. I guess I'm expecting 2,000
Well,
points to be
You
bigger.
haven't played
models.
40K since 5th edition, so I could understand.
I think he thinks there'll be 2,000 models, Travis, in a 2,000 point game.
Yeah.
I mean, a Space Marine army at 2,000 points has way less models than that.
Yes.
A Custodes
Yeah.
army at 2,000 points.
A Knight army will have less than that.
Now, an Orc army has a lot more models. A Tyranid army would have a lot more. Like a Horde army would have more models.
Yeah.
IG, possibly.
But Eldar is an elite army. They're
so elite.
They cost a lot of points per model.
Yeah, well, it'll be glorious.
Are you scared of what Cheyenne's bringing? Do you know what he's bringing?
No, I'm not scared because there's really no consequences in losing in 40K.
Yes, there is.
Yes, there is. There's consequences?
Of course. There's always
what happens. He's bringing a foot Necron, and he's going to be able to put a lot more boots on the ground than I can. So I'll have to rely on shenanigans.
And when you kill them, they're just going to revive.
Exactly.
Relive. And then
I'm in. Okay, go ahead.
After the game, when we talk about it next time on Life After the Cover Save, and you tell us what happened, Blake's going to ask you one question. You know what that question is, Blake?
Yeah.
What is it?
Tell him.
You know what it is, or do you want me to say it?
Yeah, you say it, bud.
I want you to say it.
Okay, fine. I mean, I'm letting you get the thunder on this one. I
want to know if you really know.
I don't know.
Okay. He's gonna ask you. Do you know what the question is, Travis?
No.
Oh, he's gonna say, "Why do you do this to yourself?"
To yourself.
Okay.
Blake's
yeah. No. Do you know
question.
what? You're right, Ed. That's what Blake is gonna ask.
Yeah, and that's the thing. After you eat 28 days of Tommy's Burgers, that's the question we'll be asking ourselves too. Why do we do this to ourselves?
Maybe after one day, if you're eating two.
Yeah, let's do it before we commit to 28 days. Let's commit to one day.
Just a 3-mealer.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe that'll be a stretch goal. When we start our Patreon, we'll do
we got Tommy Day.
28-day Tommy.
You know what? I expect to see some cool pictures between that Footdar army and the Footcron army. A lot of models. I think that'd be pretty impressive. I think you're going to have fun.
It's going to be a great day of gaming. Can't wait.
And you're going to play Warhammer Underworld?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay, well, my hobby has mostly consisted of purchases. And because the segment requires me not to talk about my purchases, because I get to reveal these to you two, because you guys don't know what I bought. And I've actually spent a lot of money on a lot of stuff. And Blake might be asking that question to me. Why did you do this to yourself when he finds out all the money that I spend? But you know what? I'll let him say it when it comes around time for that.
Well, you have a lot of Games Workshop gift cards, though.
Do I?
Yeah. Like every year you get one.
Yeah, I don't think this year I got as many as I've had previously. I think they stopped giving them to me. But that being said, I made some purchases. I bought some paint that I used on some of Cheyenne's trolls. I tried the ones that I decided to strip. I don't know if you remember.
I remember that.
I stripped those models and I primed them black because that's the only airbrush primer that works. I guess I can use gray, but I don't have it. And then I dry brushed them white. And then I did the whole purple wash, but I didn't really care for how it turned out. I'm probably just going to end up airbrushing them to make them look like the other ones. And that's pretty much the hobby that I've done. So one thing I also wanted to do, something new with you guys.
Uh-huh.
There's going to be a little bit of, I guess to get me personally to hobby more and maybe to motivate yourselves. I know Travis doesn't really need motivation, but we're gonna make some hobby commitments, hobby resolutions.
All right.
So by the next time we record, we'll just see if we make them or not. Maybe we don't. Maybe we do. Maybe we exceed what we promise. So what do you think, Blake?
Do purchases count?
Yes. I mean,
You know,
if you want, I'm going to buy $200 worth of stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to buy $200 of non-Games Workshop models. That's my hobby commitment. Honestly, I think my hobby commitment is to get these 2, 4, 6, 8, 14, like these 16 robot models done. Do their little gubbins with the black and then black out the base.
Okay. Some gubbins and black out the base.
Yeah, that's simple. That's
doable.
That's totally doable.
All right, cool. Travis?
I will commit to finishing the 10 swooping hawks and Baharoth, the Phoenix Lord of the swooping hawks. Baharoth. I have no idea how to say these words.
Care Bear Stare.
And before I say mine, I just want to let you guys know we're recording tomorrow. Okay, so you don't have much time. Okay. No, I'm kidding. I want to. Let's see. I have some Trolls of Cheyennes that are almost done.
Yeah.
There's quite a few that are almost done. So I want to make a commitment to have 3 done and sealed completely. And that
done
way,
and sealed, ready to go.
Yeah, and then that way on next weekend when we see him, Travis, Blake, you going? You be there?
Yeah, dude. That's my first week. That's my first weekend off from work.
I understand that, but sometimes
I'm free.
A couple times you've been gone. You haven't made it. So
we'll see.
When we go to Cheyenne's, I can at least present him with some that are done.
Yeah,
that's my goal, is to have at least 3 completed, and then it'll push me to do more in the future. But so we'll see. We'll see, dude. Maybe I'll get some sound effects. So if you don't do it, we can have some. Yeah, But yeah, so let's hopefully we can all achieve our goals.
All right.
I think here's and you know what, guys, out there, I'm going to take credit for the segment, and I'm going to get you guys involved in this. What hobby commitments are you going to make? What hobby commitments are you at home, you lifers? What are you going to make? Let us know in the comments below.
All right. Speaking of comments, Blake.
I can do it.
Speaking of comments, you want to handle this, buddy?
Yeah, man, I got it. So here's the. Go ahead.
Can I say something first? I'm sorry.
You got it, brother.
If I may.
Can I finish?
If I may.
As anybody who's listened for a while knows that the show went off air 2 years back. And because we stopped paying for hosting and everything, it kind of disappeared off of iTunes. You couldn't download the episodes anymore. So when I went into iTunes and I started paying for the hosting again, hoping that our show would just pop up back on iTunes like it was, that didn't happen. It created 4 or 5 new Life After the Cover saves on iTunes, and we couldn't, for us at least, so I'm assuming it happened to you guys, we couldn't even automatically download the episodes. And then we lost all our reviews. I thought everything was lost. I was, kind of sad.
It was sad.
Yeah. And somehow, some way, when I kept going back and forth with iTunes and our hosting service to try to fix this, to get the right feed up there with all the reviews, somehow it popped up, kind of like a miracle. Because I had already talked to him one time, and it didn't seem like it was going anywhere.
You spent a lot of time.
Yeah, I did. And then
I stayed out of the conversation.
Yeah.
Travis was very supportive, offering suggestions. I stayed out of it, but you know what? I saw how much work you were doing.
Yeah.
Good job.
So finally, the old feed somehow magically appeared on iTunes, which is what the whole thing I was trying to do this whole time. So being able to see these reviews, some of these reviews are harsh, but some of them are good. So we're going to read some old ones, you know. Go ahead, Blake.
And here's what you guys get in there. Update your reviews. Go ahead, do some new reviews. Yeah. And then we will go ahead and read them on the show. And really that's going to help the whole system, the algorithm. Reviews. Rate and review. This review comes from 14 years ago.
Damien, a fresh one.
Yeah. Damien 38X says, awesomeness, 5 stars. Found them through the Hobbytot Network on the 11th Company. Blast from the past, let me tell you.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Hobbytot Network and the 11th Company. The 11th, Jesus. Fun, rude, and obsessed with body parts, but a great listen whilst painting. Keep the rants coming, dudes.
All right.
Obsessed with body parts. That's a strange comment.
Yeah, but we kind of were. So let me say this. These are all UK reviews, Blake. So if you don't mind for the rest of them.
Okay, you did a little bit of a British accent.
Okay. All right. This one's from Tim in9. Pathetic. 1 star out of 5.
Perfect.
That's really good, dude.
What?
That's really good.
This lot are pathetic. Not offensive, just rubbish.
Wow.
No period on the end, by the way. I will say that. That's pathetic.
Pathetic.
Yeah. Thanks, Tim in9.
So it's 1 star, huh?
Why? I still don't get people who waste their time. Like, I don't get reviews. I don't get it.
Well, because it's always a matter of opinion, usually. It's what you like and what you don't like.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think reviews might be done now. The algorithm might just be giving us what we want without even reviewing. Or do we have to rate?
I don't know if that's true because I think the algorithm still likes reviews, but it is odd. I've never given a podcast a bad review. There's lots of podcasts I've listened to that I didn't care for, and I just didn't listen to them, and I went on with my life. Yeah. It's an odd personality trait to log into your account and give a bad review. I've given good reviews. Like if there's a podcast I like, I'm like, I want to help these people out.
Yeah.
But if I don't care for the podcast, I just move on. But hey, man.
Now, if
I'm glad podcast... 1-star reviews exist, though.
Yeah, we'll get some more. If the podcast would break your iPhone, if you listen to it, I would definitely review it and say, "Don't listen to this podcast; it's going to break your iPhone."
Yeah, broke my iPhone.
Yeah, but I mean,
or if listening to the podcast or maybe a commercial made by the podcast would cause me to drive my car into oncoming traffic, I definitely wouldn't listen to that anymore.
You know what? I'd probably leave a review if a podcast or its commercial almost killed me
because you were screaming. Because you would scream, and you would, instead of lowering your radio, you would scream through the commercial and almost die. Remember that guy who listened to the independent?
I'll never forget. I'll never forget that.
You could turn down the volume. It's easy.
Oh, there's a skip forward button too. That works great.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, there's commercials that don't upset me when I listen to podcasts. I just don't want to hear them. So I just hit the skip forward button, and then when I hear the person talking, you skip back 15 seconds because it knows it's a smart thing, and you're just back into your podcast.
Yeah, sometimes on the way to work, I just hear a Stamps.com commercial, and it's the one that sets me off. You know,
stamps.
I hate stamps.
Yeah, I don't want, affordable medication. And seeing seeing a doctor on the video call. I want my Blue Chews. But some days I just can't. It's just too much.
Blue Chews.
Is Blue Chew even a sponsor for these podcasts anymore?
Could be.
Okay.
Hymns.
Anyways. Hymns, yeah.
You got like 2 more, I think, Blake.
Oh, I got 2 more? Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay. I was really stretching it. Jesus. From Father of Reasons. Life is sweeter. I just want to say that my husband, in my humble opinion, LATCS is the best 40K related podcast out there. These guys never fail to make me laugh. Several times an episode, and I still smile at take it out and play with it. Keep doing what you're doing because I, for one, would miss this podcast. And for someone who has not even popped his 40K cherry and actually played the game, I think this is high praise indeed. I am so happy I'm the first to comment on iTunes. This has got to be worth a mention on the show. Cheers, dude. Tom, UK. Now that was my Irish kind of. That was a UK. You got Irish, you know.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you, Tom.
And Tom made the great point there is that I really think our target demographic is people who haven't actually played 40K.
Maybe they've stopped.
Actually, that's it. People who hate 40K, they should listen.
Yeah, that's my goal. So 5 stars. 5 stars.
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. Hopefully you're still on the feed. Shaps83 says, fucking hilarious. I don't know. I can't do it. How do they fucking hilarious. 5 stars. I have just started listening to lots of podcasts, but you guys have made me laugh like a maniac. The dead. Oh, jeez. The dead kid in the coffin with GW paints on his eyebrows bit nearly made me crash my car. Blake, you are a legend.
Wow.
We did a bit. That couldn't have been me. That was definitely.
That sounds like a Josh bit.
That's a Josh bit.
Cat.
That's a big cat bit.
That's a big cat bit. But it looks like you guys have a rich history of affecting people's driving.
Yeah, I know, dude.
Warning. What is it? What is the medication label that says like
warning, do not operate heavy machinery while listening to life after the cover save.
Driving or operating here, Jesus.
Yeah, maybe we got to change that warning in the front of the
We got a lot of work to do. Yeah, thank you, Shaps 83.
Top of the morning to you.
Or Shaps.
Yeah.
It's not Shap. It's not Shap.
Shap.
Yeah.
Shaps 83.
Shops.
I have recently started listening to loads of podcasts.
That's good. That's good impressions, Blake.
I tried,
I loved it.
I'm working on
if we get some fans down in like what's the place you went to? Sao Paulo?
In Brazil?
Brazil. We get some Brazilian reviews. I'll look and see if I can get some, and then Travis can read them.
Ooh,
that'd be great.
That'd be great.
In Portuguese.
Yeah. It's funny. Every time I see, I know it's a great idea. I would love to.
Esse filho da mais tão ruim demais.
The thing is, whenever I see weird videos, and I think they're speaking Portuguese in there. I think that's in Brazil. I always want to send them to the chat so Travis can tell me what's happening. Maybe I'll start doing that more often.
Listen, I'm here for you.
Yeah, dude. Remember, you don't have to use Google when you have Travis.
Yeah, I'll true. Google it for you.
Well, I mean,
there's a translate. Listen, let me tell you this, Blake. Okay.
Hey, Blake, my Spanish is pretty good too, so you can spend me any kind of Latin.
I played a game. I don't know if you heard of it. It's called Forest Shuffle. Okay. And I played it on Board Game Arena. And this French guy asked me a question. So what I did is I highlighted his question. I put it into Google. and I hit translate to English, and guess what it told me? He
What?
asked me, what does putting the cards into your cave do? And I was like, so I typed out my response and I translated to French. I sent it back to him that you get 1 point per card in your cave, and he said, "Merci," which is
Messy.
thank you.
Merci.
Messy. I don't. The last video I saw was like a little person, and they were painted green, and they were at like a construction site, and like he was throwing around like 2x4s and bricks and stuff, and they had to have been speaking Portuguese.
Yeah.
So
wait, that's a common Brazilian custom. It's the Feria del Santo de Maio, I think is what it's called.
What a rich culture.
Yeah.
You know what? Isn't Ricky? No.
Ricky Gervais?
No,
he's
one of our guys. His wife's. He lives in Brazil.
No, he doesn't live in Brazil. He lives in California.
It's not Ricky.
House.
It was somebody else.
Oh, okay.
There is somebody else in the fan base that is either a wife is Brazilian or he's Brazilian, or I don't know.
He's seen Brazil on the map.
There was the one AAA, maybe
AAA.
Remember AAA? He became like a lawyer. Aguilar. Wow. AAA. You don't remember him? He's a younger guy.
Maybe.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
In New York or something. Blake's memory shot. It's all those
Tommy burgers.
Yes, Tommy burgers. In paint on his face every time he dies.
Psilocybin Tommy burgers.
So guys, go ahead. Get some reviews out there.
Yeah.
Get some reviews out there.
We'll start mixing in some new ones with the old ones, you know?
Yeah. I would love to see that.
Yeah, I'd love to see something. People don't do anything. All right. So we have the new segment coming up. And what I'm going to do is eat that. I'm going to share. Let's see if I can do this here. Share this screen with you.
This is high-end technology here.
What we're going to see here. Hold on. See if this works, dude. Can you guys see that?
Battlefield bargain? Bargain? Oh, I thought it was Lane, but I see it's an I. Or bust.
Battlefield, Barglin or bust?
Barglin.
I think Barglin wasn't Barglin like one of the dwarves in The Hobbit? Barglin,
I'm sure.
Son of Beerlin.
You could say like basically any kind of B word, and it was a dwarf in The Hobbit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Battlefield Bargain.
Blor.
So is it Battlefield Bargain or bust, or is it going to be Battlefield Bargain or?
You know what? When I that was the first one, Hobby Hardship. I just felt like I should shorten it. I forgot that I shortened it to Battle because it's all B words.
Yeah, do you know what? I like the alliteration.
BBB. Yeah.
Yeah. Triple B.
All right.
So you're gonna find out what I bought. I hope this is the first one, so it's probably the least exciting one. It's kind of a smaller purchase.
Okay.
But
I'm excited.
The next ones, they're going to be so big, and I'm so excited to share them with you, but we're going to start here.
I didn't realize that old... Okay. They're Storm Boys?
I bought 30 Storm Boys. 30. And here they are. There's a picture. Most of them are primed with lead belcher. So they were already built and mostly primed.
And it looks like they have some interesting bases going on.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. He did cork. He put if you look,
those gears.
See, there's little gears, some plastic card. Looks like cardboard that he used.
Looks like whoever built these knew what they were doing, and
yes.
That's already pretty cool.
Yeah,
you know, this interesting layer here, because what you buy, like this, there might be more value in a purchase based off of things like this that Travis mentions, you know?
I'll have to say I did think that 30 Storm Boys would look bigger. I thought there'd be more.
Well, I mean, I don't know if
6.
that's the full 30 in the picture. What are you counting, Blake? Blake's
I was making
3,
fun.
6, 9.
Yeah, this is about the whole.
It's cut off a little bit.
Yeah, it's cut off a little bit.
So I mean, on the surface, this is an exciting acquisition. I think they're well built models.
Interesting with the lead belcher.
Yeah.
What do you think the method is here, guys? What's the plan here? What was his idea?
Maybe you throw down some like darker washes to make the metal look like dirty. There is you could pick out certain colors.
But there is a lot of metal on these models, so
Yeah.
I think he was just kind of going with what's the main color going to be.
Yeah, and then just flesh it up differently.
I've actually seen some recently that they primed them. I mean, it is a primer color that GW sells, so it's like I don't know, maybe like heavy mech stuff you do, but I guess if you really wanted to. They could just be metal, and then you just put on their skin, and you just play with them like that. I guess
definitely easy wash, some different washes. Some you can maybe even pull out a couple different metal pieces here and there.
Yeah, when I painted the Orc terrain that came in the Orc Terrius box set, it was all lead belcher primed. And so there was a lot of metal in there, and I would pick like the different scrap panels, and I'd just paint those the colors and left a lot of metal in there. It turned out pretty cool.
Yeah, okay.
So, all right. So we got 30. So how much would you, Travis, and you, Blake, you get to guess how much you think it is for a box of 5? Because they come in box of 5.
Okay.
Box of 5.
Now, I'm not trying to pick what I think they should cost, but what I'm trying to think. Well, what is GW?
Tell me what you think they should cost.
I mean, I think this box is probably $45 for 5 of them.
Blake,
you know what? I was going to say 45, but for the sake of competition, using the rules set forth by
Bob Barker,
I'm going to go $1. $1, Bob.
Oh, shoot.
Right? Isn't that how it works? Right?
$38. Blake won, dude.
Okay, Blake won. You have to get closest without going over.
Blake beat you, dude.
The game.
You know what, though? I was thinking 45, but I was also thinking 40.
Yeah, dude.
But honestly, $45 wouldn't surprise me.
Now, I mean, is the next part of this, are we going to find out what you paid for 30?
Yeah.
Okay,
Do we have to guess?
All right. Oh, the guess is good. Well, if he would have bought all of these, $38, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So 6 boxes?
Yeah.
6,
let's see what
12,
the next
80.
slide is.
That's 108. Okay.
Maybe.
Oh, I didn't see it.
So we know this is showing you how much 6 boxes is.
So this is 6 boxes.
6 boxes.
Before tax would be $228. Yes. Depending on where you are, the tax could bring that up to $249.72.
Thank God the delivery's free.
Wow. I mean, that's a lot for 30 models.
Yeah, it is. Isn't it? Rubbish.
Isn't it? It's a lot.
That's just bees and honey. That's a lot of bees and honey.
All right. So, I mean, how much did I pay?
Let's see. Okay.
Let's see. Let's go. Let's go.
No, don't mess it.
How much did Ed pay for 30? Wow. Okay. Ed.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, I want you to go first.
You go first this time.
Yeah. This is a gentleman's. This is eBay, or is this like garage sale?
This is, dude, garage sales are like once in a lifetime things.
Yeah, that doesn't happen very often.
This is a Facebook buy and sell group. That helps.
$60.
$60?
Yeah.
Wow, dude. Okay.
I mean, that would be an amazing deal. I'm not going to use Blake's technique and go $1 because I seriously doubt that you were able to get those for $60. But I think maybe you got it for 120.
Blake's at $60. I wonder how disappointed he's going to be. So I spent $150.
All right.
That's shipped. No shipping costs or anything. $150 out the door. What say you?
I think there's no denying that that's a bargain because they're all assembled. They're well assembled.
Yeah.
And they're based and they're nicely based. So I think he could have easily asked for like just retail for these.
Yeah.
Maybe, so is it a bargain? Yes, absolutely. I say bargain.
Now, I will say this. I don't really know the secondhand market.
Yeah.
So I don't have a lot of perspective on this. However, $150 is still a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Good. If I was an orc player looking to get 30 Storm Boys and someone says, hey, here's $150, boom, they're built, they're based well, like all the things Travis is saying. If a model is done right, its value goes up. A lot of people, some people want to build it because they got the new in-box thing. But I think at our age, we just want to get the models already built. And if they're done with care, that's worth extra money, you know? Yeah. So I think that is a bargain.
So I feel like, just to give maybe Blake a perspective, when it comes to, there was a time, let me backtrack. There was a time when you could go to Frontline Gaming or you can go to other retailers and they would give you like 25% off or 30% off. Those days aren't here anymore. I think sometimes I don't even know if you get any kind of.
It's hard to find those discounts.
Yeah. And they can't give you that high anymore. It might only be like a 10% off thing now. So, the market for resale, they might only do a 20% off or 30% off. That's like, it's hard to get things at half off. And if you see those things, sometimes if you don't jump on them, they're gone. Like the deals are gone quickly because there's a lot of people out there that want those things. So I want to seeing all those Storm Boys was kind of exciting. I saw he had a bunch. And I was actually looking to buy. I asked him if he had anything else, and he did some orc stuff because, I do collect orcs. I don't play them; I collect them. All right, buddy. All right, Blake. So when let me stop this.
I hear orcs might be having their day in the sun competitively.
Oh, cool. Maybe I should start playing them. But so I asked him if he had some other things, and he did have something, but I saw on Facebook that somebody was selling the exact thing that I was looking for, and I bought multiple of them for a lot less than one. This guy was selling. So that'll be on a future episode of Bargain or Bust, and we'll see if I did good.
That was exciting. No, I like that. Now, no, I have a follow-up question. What are your plans with these Rocket Boys? Is this just for your personal collection, or are you trying to flip them?
I don't think I need them all. My plan might be to try to get a little bit of color on them, and then try to sell. If I could sell half of these painted for the 150, it'd be like having the other ones for free. So my goal is to try to get either free or make a profit somehow. and we'll see if that happens. And then maybe if I am able to start selling these off or trade them for something crazy, then we can add like a follow up, like, hey, remember when we did this thing and this is how much I paid for it? Well, this
I
is
like
how
it.
So
You know
it's another
what?
wrinkle to add on.
Oh yeah, there's layers to this game.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't think I ever want to do anything else on this show, but what we just did. Okay, we okay with that? Can we? Okay.
I'd have to buy a lot more stuff, buddy.
I mean, maybe I don't know. I mean, there's a lot
Maybe
of
we all
purchases.
have to start finding
I
deals.
don't know.
Yeah.
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 I went to China. How much did I pay for these? Yeah. Is it a bargain or is it a bust? That was fun. That was the funnest I had in a 40K related segment in a long time.
Well, that's good. That's good, buddy.
Great
There's
work
more,
on the presentation.
There's gonna be, yeah, dude. I got to make some more slides. So there are. I think I have 4 or 5 more of those to do. So, like I said, I've spent.
Okay.
I told Travis I spent quite a bit of money, my friend.
Good little chunk.
Good little chunk. And
some could say you spent a Carl.
Yeah, I might have spent a Carl on all this stuff. And you know what? We'll just see what happens, dude. And then, so like, if anybody of you lifers are in the market for some nicely built Storm Boys at retail at $38, hit me up, dude. Dude, you can help me achieve my goal of breaking even. So, and then, what else was I gonna say? The other thing to think about now is if we do any of these after they do the price hike, the value of everything that I bought has gone up.
Has already gone up.
Imagine. Because buying GW models sometimes is like playing the stock market.
You know, you almost could just buy a bunch of models right now, keep them in plastic, and just return them after the price hike, and it's free money.
I don't know if they take them without receipts.
I don't know.
If they did, I probably would.
Yeah,
that's what it's funny. There was I didn't finish it. Well, maybe I did. Old Uncle Adam, friend of the show, he did a video on the most expensive and useless hobby tools that he's ever purchased. He talked about some expensive snippers. Particularly the God Hand snippers, which I bought you boys each.
I use them all the time.
A dude's evening gift of that. You know what? I can't find my God Hand snippers right
that
now.
Tracks.
But he had his, and he was actually comparing them to the GW snippers, which are nearly or close enough in price, but not nearly the quality. And he talked about how he went to a GW store years ago to play a game and whatever, and he likes to buy something from a store when he goes and uses their space.
Yeah.
He's a good egg, that Uncle Adam. And he bought a Artificer fine detail brush, a Citadel brush, and it was $30 when he got it.
That's the one that's actually natural hair brush, that line that they do.
Yeah. That's true. And he's like, he's never going to use it because first he likes synthetics more, and he feels like he's going to ruin it by using that brush. And he made a joke like he's going to use these expensive snippers. Some of the stuff he's going to use, like he even talked about like a Surcut machine, like 200, it's
crickets.
like crickets. But then the joke he's made is this, however. And he shows the brush. I am never going to use this. He says, at the rate that the prices are going up, this thing performs better than my 401k. He says, this is my retirement plan. And he held up the brush. And like, yeah, dude. How can you? I don't get it. I think it's a combination of inflation and their price increases, right?
I'm going to disagree with Uncle Adam on the sable hair brushes. I think they're amazing, and while they aren't my workhorse brushes, I do all of my fine detail with some Winsor and Newton Series 7s.
I got a Winsor Newton myself.
I have a 1, a 2, and a 0, and they're just fantastic. And I've had them for years, and I keep them in tip-top shape.
Well,
I even have a special box I keep them in.
I think the thing what Adam was saying is he doesn't treat his brushes well.
Yes.
Same.
So, and so that's his thing. What was that? What was this brand, Ed? Do you remember this brand?
Golden Talcum.
Talcum. I really like. I'm a big fan of this.
Yeah,
I really like these guys.
Sam Lenz uses Golden Talcums.
Yeah, I've been a big fan of this. I wish I had another one.
Yeah.
Well, but you remember what
Winsor
they are.
Newton today doing all the fine detail work on Fuegon.
Yeah, nice. I got a Winsor Newton as well.
I just know I don't take care of my brushes, so I just buy a big pack, and it's not that expensive. And let it go.
That's the Wapple way, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Wapple never cleaned his brushes. Wapple never, maybe he does, but Wapple just uses cheap brushes to get his work done.
Yeah, it's a completely valid way to go about it.
But I think in the end, Travis saves a lot more money than us by just taking care of his brushes.
This is true.
Yeah, I mean,
and Blake just gets them from me for free. So I think actually Blake saves the most money out of everyone.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I have a bunch of junk brushes that I apply washes with just crappy brushes, and I do base coats with crappy brushes.
Right.
Yeah, I think a finer brush, maybe a wash, isn't the way to go.
Oh no! You never want to use.
It's way up in the.
Yeah, it gets up in the ferrule. You'll. I always use a synthetic for. Actually, I have Squidmar. You know that guy?
No, he sounds like a real asshole. I don't know.
He kickstarted some sable brushes that were like a pretty good price, and so I got them. I've always hated them. They're like my junk brushes now. Like I use those sable brushes as junk brushes.
Give me those Squidmar junk brushes, please. Pass me the Squidmar.
Oh no, I'm still using them. They're not good. They don't hold their point. They're no Winsor Newton Series 7.
You hear that, Squidmar? Come on.
Step up your game, Squidmar.
Yeah,
we're tired of these influencers and YouTube painters.
Starting your Scandinavian ways.
Yeah. You doing these Kickstarters.
Yeah.
It's time for audio only podcasters to be doing Kickstarters.
Ooh, there's a new oh shoot, what's that role playing game that
Dungeons and Dragons?
No, that we played were cops.
Oh,
Blade Runner.
There's a new Blade Runner book they're kickstarting right now. The Replicant Rebellion.
Oh, that's the third book. Third book?
Well, it's the second source book that they've done.
Second source book. Okay.
They've done 2 missions,
adventures,
and the main source book, and this is the second source book. I'll probably get it.
Well, at risk of dating the show, the Kickstarter that I was sneakily trying to support until Ed called me out on it.
I had to, dude.
I know. It is. I was going to give Ed the miniature version and you the RPG version, the Steel Psalm and the Mork board.
You can still do that.
No, we can't.
My books now.
Okay.
No, the Mork that they took my pledge, so
they took it.
They took my pledge, so hopefully we'll get some PDFs pretty soon.
All right,
Mork board.
Well, Mork board. I think that's it, guys. What do you think?
Yeah, we don't have time.
We didn't get to my hobby history, my origin story, but
it's next time.
Next episode.
It's always next episode.
Sounds good. In the immortal words of
Moose Jaw Jackson,
life is always sweeter after the cover save.